When I review the past 20 years, I feel like I never changed my direction. Cindy CHAO pushes the limits of the boundaries to revolutionize the art jewel craftsmanship. That means something, and that means a lot for over 20 years that the revolution journey. I carry out luggage filled with all the wax and alone travel along the way to Europe to look for all the European craftsmen. Being a female Asian at the time in the industry, it wasn't a plus. I want the piece to seize the moment of life into your work. So that's what I want. I'm Cindy CHAO, and this is my brand story. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy CHAO. I'm so happy to be in Bangkok today. It's my 20th anniversary. Being a female Asian at the time in the industry, it wasn't a plus. So you need to really work extra harder and to show what you are capable. Another thing is that over the time, you continue to prove yourself. So you gain a lot of respect, from the craftsmen, from all the gemstone diamond dealers. They got to know Cindy CHAO. She's really persistency, to wanted to make her work really better, to prove yourself. Very much like what I just mentioned, it's very occupied by the Westerners brand. So jewelry industry over the past centuries, it's been dominated by Westerner. I think at a different period of time, you're facing different challenges. Even nowadays, we're facing different challenges. Let's say, for example, the first 10 years, I was very new artist, right? I was trying so hard to letting people know that how capable I was. I'm always passionate until now, even though, but I want people to see how Cindy capable of the design, of her creativities. When you are just a beginner, you're lacking a lot of resources. You're seeking for the recognition, globally. And so one way you are lacking the resources, the other hand, you are ambitious about what you wanted to achieve. And I remembered when I just started, I carry out luggage filled with all the wax and alone travel along the way to Europe to look for all the European craftsmen. And I think the second decade, I think the brand also goes to a different level, and we get more global recognition as well. That's one thing for sure, that over the past 20 years that I was non-stop fighting with my European craftsmen. It's a revolution journey. Where I came from is very different than the other jeweler, because none of my family members, they were in the jewelry sector, and I grew up in an artistic family. My grandfather, he was an architect, and my father was a sculptor. So my grandfather trained me to have this three-dimensional composition of 360-degree way of thinking, to have a mind of architect. And also hands of sculptor, because when I was little, my father always passed me a clay, and in order to make me quiet next to him in the studio, he would assign me an object and teach me how to sculpt it. West sculpting is actually from 18th century. It was a kind of traditional technique and skill for French, they making jewelry. When I started the brand, so immediately I I know how to manage the wax. With the mind of an architect, hands of sculptor, makes my work differently. And also the way we are making jewelry is very different. How can we make you satisfied about this ribbon? So I said, I want the bow tie, it's a fresh tie before it's folded. I want the piece to seize the moment of our life. Like my father taught me, like a great sculptor, you should be able to seize the moment of our life. So the more you observe about the nature, the more when you are doing the sculpture, how the leaf booming, growing, how the flower blooming, how the tree is supposed to go. And you just get so much inspiration from nature. But when we do jewelry, like you can see, it's a miniature sculpture, it's a miniature architecture, because we do everything with hand sculpting first, with the wax. So which already make the pieces more three-dimensional. And also we are very brave, to use a lot of different material to combine together. We keep on using the new material. We challenged titanium 20 years ago. There were not many people even heard about what's titanium. So we try to push a lot of boundaries, not even just the sculptural side, also widely use a different to enhance the precious stone's value. So that's also, I think that's also part of the reason that in 2021, when I was honored to receive Chevalier des Arts et Lettres from French cultural minister, she says, Cindy CHAO continue pushes the limits of her boundaries to revolutionize the art jewel craftsmanship, makes we French so proud of. So I think that means something, and that means a lot. For over 20 years, received such great recognition and honor. When I review the past 20 years, I feel like I never changed my direction. I'm very persistent, of what's the essence about the brand. And I think in the future, I was still doing the same thing, and I wish I can spend even more time and focus on what I love, what I'm passionate about, the creativity, and to even elevate the craftsmanship into different level. And I think that's my mission and my vision as a female Asian artist that I really want to continue to achieve. So if I can give some advice to young generation, first of all, you have to have a determination. Of course, passionate about what you do, passionate about life, to experience this life, to see more, to travel more, to train yourself, you have your eyes, your sense, your style, and come up with your own identity. The successful, it's the result. But before you are successful, you are, like you say, you ask me what challenges you're facing. There are always non-stop challenges. Even nowadays, you're much more well-achieved, well-organized. You're still facing the different types of challenges. The way it makes you different, it's your passion, your persistence. So that will drive you to have such a courage. Whatever you're facing, you will overcome it, and which makes you stay until the last. So that's, you make yourself successful.